you've been sitting on a decision lately, well, this video is for you. Because we just had two important events in the sky happening back to back. On August 11th, Mars moved into Cancer. And literally the next day, August 12th, we had an amazing, huge solar eclipse in Leo. And it was a total solar eclipse. I think these two events work together beautifully because eclipses bring change. They can open a door, close a door, or suddenly show us something that we can't unsee. And this eclipse happened in Leo. And Leo asked, well, what do I really want? What would make me happier? And where do I need to be brave enough to be myself? And then Mars moved into Cancer, and Mars is our action planet. It says, okay, now what are we going to do about it? But Mars in Cancer doesn't make decisions like on a spreadsheet. See, Cancer, the zodiac sign which Mars is in, makes decisions from the heart. It wants safety. It wants emotional security. It wants to protect the people and the things that matter most to us. So over the next several weeks, I want you to notice something. What are your feelings trying to tell you? Because sometimes we say, I don't know what to do. But deep down, we do know. We're just scared about what will happen if we actually do it. So I'm going to go through all 12 zodiac rising signs. First, we're going to look at what new chapter is this Leo eclipse opening for us? And then, what decision is Mars asking you to make? Oh, by the way, if you're new to my channel, I'm Trina, your intuitive guide with a chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies. And yes, we are going to do astrology, but we're also going to choose cards for you for each sign from the Power of 8 chakra, Lenormand. All right, so stay tuned for that. We'll start with Aries. All right, Aries moon, Aries rising. The eclipse is asking you, what will make you happy? And Mars in Cancer says, what needs to change at home? Because Aries, this Leo eclipse on August 12th happened in your 5th house. This is your love, romance, creativity, your children, having fun, and it's a joy house. It's the fun house, 5th house. So that eclipse is asking, what kind of new thing can come alive here? Maybe it's dating, maybe it's a creative project, maybe it's something involving your children, or maybe you've simply realized, I haven't been having much fun. And here's where Mars comes in, because Mars is moving through your 4th house of home and family. So something in your home life might need to change in order for a happier version of you, Aries, to emerge. Maybe you need more help. Maybe you need stronger boundaries with family. Or maybe you're thinking about moving. Or everybody else's needs might have been running your household. So your decision is, what needs to change at home so that I have room for my happiness too? Okay, Aries, let's pull a card for you from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org. And hey, share this video if you think it might help one of your Aries friends. Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries sun. Okay, this is for Aries and the Mars decision making at home in order to make room for your happiness and joy at home. Okay, Aries, we've got the clover, and this is a nice little piece of luck. Okay, so let's look at the clover in the book. What did I write? See, it's color book. Okay, so this means opportunities, positive outcome, grass, herbs, and plants, taking a chance, positive thinking, And Jupiter runs this card for good fortune. And Jupiter is in Leo until next summer, 2027, in your fifth house of fun. So good luck comes to you when you're having fun. Do fun things. Do things that bring you joy. Be creative again. You know, maybe you used to play music. Maybe you used to do archery. Maybe you were really good at some kind of sport. But this is a good time to pick that up again as well. And you'll have more fun and joy in your house. So that looks good for you, Aries. All right, Taurus, Taurus rising, those with their moons in Taurus. So the eclipse in Leo that we just had is asking you what would make life feel more like home. Okay. And then Mars says, well, what conversation needs to happen? So your eclipse happened in the fourth house of home and family. So there's big changes there. This could be a new beginning because a solar eclipse is a new moon, new beginning. So it could be a new beginning involving where you live, right? Fourth house of home and family. Where you live, who you live with, your family, simply your sense of belonging. I think that something with you, Taurus, about your foundation is changing. And now Mars is moving through your third house of communication and siblings and community. And so this tells me there's probably a conversation attached to this, Taurus. Something needs to be said, a question needs to be asked, a boundary needs to be communicated. And your decision really is, what conversation have I been avoiding? You can tell the truth without starting a war. All right, Taurus. Let's pull a card for you from the Power of Eight Chakra, Lenormand. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org. Now, for you, Taurus, let's pull a card. And we've got fish, money, resources. So something about your abundance and things like that. And it could, so the conversation could be about that. You know, when we're talking about the eclipse happening, changes happening in your fourth house of the house, the real estate, the money. That could be the conversation surrounding that. This could also be a saying, start your home business too. I wanted to say because for a lot of you Taurians, you're very gifted in art and music and things like that, and caring and providing stability and beauty. You're run by Venus, right, Taurus? You're run by Venus and that all that kind of Venus stuff. So you know that those kind of things can bring money. Often when I get the fish card, it is for some kind of like home business or side gig or anything like that too. But in general, I do think that this house, home, real estate thing change that's happening for you, and the conversations surrounding it might have to do with your self-worth, your money, Taurus, and moving forward in abundance. Okay, come see me for a reading. All right, Gemini, Gemini rising, those with their moons in Gemini. So that solar eclipse in Leo we just had says that it's time to use your voice. And the Mars now taking action is, what are you going to do about your money? All right. So, Gemini, this eclipse happened in your third house of communications, your ideas, learning things, and also the voice. So, you may have something to say. Teach, write, share, sell, learn, stuff like that, right? There could be a brand new idea coming to your life, Gemini. But then Mars just moved into your second house of resources and money and self-worth. So this is very interesting, isn't it? Because now we have ideas plus money. So I would really pay attention to something you've been thinking about that could potentially make you money. Okay, Gemini, maybe it's time to charge for something or sell something or start a side income or take the next step in your business, asking for more, right? Maybe doing some more passive income streams where you write something once and you sell it 1,000 times, right? Things like that. But your decision is, what idea am I finally willing to do something with? Okay, this idea you've had, Gemini, it's ready to blossom. It's ready for these new beginnings and planting. And so stop thinking about it and test it. Okay, Gemini, let's pull a card for you from the Power of Each Chakra, Lenormand. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org. This is for you, Gemini. Let's pull a card from the Chakra, Lenormand. Ideas plus money. Communication. Crossroad, very Gemini card, actually. Let's read about it. So, number 22, the crossroad options. By the way, 22 in numerology is the master builder. So, could be start to build that empire, build that thing based on that idea. But there is some options here for you, and some decisions and ideas. You probably have more than one idea that you're finally willing to do something with. Mars asks you, right? But let's look up number 22, the crossroad options. A difficult choice can sometimes be, it could be a life crisis, but it can be a lot about diversification. It could be time to look at your investment portfolio. Are you diversified enough? But it's multiple things. Could be a matter in law or justice or a mediation type thing too. But there's new alternatives here for you. I would get out your frankincense and your lavender, Gemini, to help with this. This is the Libra Air Element 2 card, but to me it also looks like Gemini with the twins or air, multiple. But it is ruled by Libra, but also an air element like Gemini. So thinking and ideas. So that's interesting. It's also ruled by Uranus, the opportunity planet, new opportunities that come when you least expect it. And it's also the Queen of Diamonds. Isn't that interesting? Because the Queen of Diamonds, abundance, money, mastering your money, being a queen with your money as well. Ideas plus money. So there you go for options. Crossroad. Your affirmation, Gemini: I trust in myself to choose the right path. All right, Cancer rising, those with their moons in Cancer, like me. Well, we are entering a new money and a new self-worth chapter with that eclipse in our second house of self-worth, money, resources. We just had that eclipse is very important. It's going to last for the next 6 months or so. Ripple effects, right? And Mars in Cancer, our sign, is saying, what do you want? So Cancer, this could be big for us, okay? The eclipse happened in your second house of the money, the possessions, and the self-worth. So something's changing around what you value, including what you believe you are worth. Some of us business owner types might be going through price changes and restructuring the business to be a better flow, for example, when it comes to the logistics and the money flow and things like that. But there could be a new way of earning money, a financial opportunity, could be some luck there, or simply a realization that we've been settling for less than what we deserve, right? Mars enters your sign, Cancer. It is in your first house of the self. This puts the action completely in your hands. Wow. So stop asking, what does everybody else want me to do? And then your decision is, what do I want? Okay. And maybe more importantly, what am I finally willing to do for myself? Let's pull a card for you, Cancer, from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand. These are our cards available on my website, www.themoontree.org, if you're interested. All right, let's see for you, Cancer. Cancer rising, those with their Cancer moons. What am I finally willing to do for myself? Okay. And we do have two cards came out. There was the whip and then the fox. So the whip, there could be two things happening here. I can read this two ways. I'm going to read it the first way, which was because of that eclipse, making changes in our self-worth and being worthy. So any kind of verbal abuse you've been getting, or beat down, or feeling self-worthless, or feeling like everybody's making the decisions for you with the whip, could have been some verbal conflicts as well, arguments, things like that, from the fox, right? The cunning, the sly, sometimes a lying person, for example, or that kind of vibe. So it's time to let go of that and move on and realize you're very worthy, and you can ignore these and go for the prize in mind, your destination. It's not about the money necessarily. It's more about the end result of what the money could bring you, whether that's that new house, whether that's that new relationship or whatever. But you have to put yourself in there, but you have to ignore and not give fuel to the fire about all the crappy things, right? And just need those boundaries. Now that's number one. Number two, Cancer, is this could be read as you've been doing the same old patterns in your business, in your self-employed business, or in your job, or maybe having the same job and you're getting tired of this same old repeat pattern about the whip, and now it's time to make a change. It could be a pattern shift, a different job, a different way of doing business, all that kind of stuff. But there is definitely a change with the second house of your money, possessions, self-worth, and of course your body, yourself, your relationships. In the first house, Mars in Cancer, your relationships with others, how you do relationships, how you let others treat you, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot about the worthiness of ourselves and pattern recognition, and to get out of the patterns that are no longer serving you, and maybe they never have served you, and it's time to get over it, right? Get onto the prize in your new life and all that kind of stuff. So there's that's one thing for Cancer. And thirdly, I wanted to say that this can often mean starting a new business in an exercise thing, or something like a yoga studio, or like a massage therapy, or something like that. The health, the exercise, the health and wellness with the whip. And so there's a few meanings that can go with this, but because this is a general bell curve reading, it's very general. Come see me for a read. We can dive deeper into your cards, your star charts, everything, to really dive deep into your question and help you make a decision about what to do next. Whoops, I had lipstick on my teeth that whole time. Sorry, from Aries to Cancer. Of course, it's on Leo when I'm on Leo. You got lipstick on your teeth. Okay. Leo. What do I mean by that? Because Leo is, regal and confident and likes to look good, and you know what I mean, that kind of vibe. Anyway, Leo rising, and those with their moons in Leo, welcome to your new chapter. That eclipse was in Leo. New moon, solar eclipse, new moon, new beginnings, new you. Okay, welcome to your new chapter, Leo. But Mars says, what needs to stay in the old chapter, if you know what I mean? Leo, this eclipse happened in your sign, your first house. This is you, your identity, and even your appearance. Remember? Okay, your direction, the person you're becoming. This could mark the beginning of a significant personal reinvention. All right. But Mars moved into your 12th house in Cancer. But I do love these two together because the eclipse says, here's the new, Leo. And Mars says, okay, what are we not bringing with us? Maybe we're not bringing an old relationship. Maybe we're not bringing with us resentment, fear, or self-sabotage, right? We're leaving those behind in the 12th house, where it could go and compost itself. Okay. Maybe it's something you've been secretly carrying. Well, your decision is, what am I finally ready to leave behind? You don't need to drag your old life into your new one, Leo. So we've got the power of 8. Chakra Lenormand cards. We're going to pull one for you. Okay, Leo. Let's see. Sunshine, you're ruled by the sun, Leo. Not surprised you got this card. For much success. Okay, for much success. Let's see what I wrote about number 31. Happiness, fame, charisma, courage, being attractive, the actual hot sun or tropics. But this, guess Leo runs this card, and it's a fire element, and it's for success. It's the solar plexus. It's also the ace of diamonds. New beginning in money, self-worth, right? Ace is the beginning of the movie. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. You know what I'm saying. New beginnings in money, love, all that. So your affirmation, Leo, is, I am strong and wise. I am a powerful, radiant energy. Can't make this stuff up. Come see me for a reading, Leo. We can dive deeper into your cards and stars. Virgo rising, those with their moons in Virgo. Something is ending quietly for you, Virgo, with that eclipse. And Mars says, who belongs in your future? Okay, Virgo, your eclipse happened in your 12th house. Okay, this is a quieter eclipse for you because you may be releasing something internally. An old identity, a fear, a relationship with the past, something is simply feeling done. Meanwhile, Mars is moving through your 11th house of the friendships, new networks, new people, community, and your future. Look at that combination. Release the past, choose the future. So look around you. Who supports where you're going in life? Who keeps you attached to who you used to be? Who's bringing you down, right? So your decision here is who and what deserves a place in my next chapter. Not everybody needs to come with you, Virgo. Let's look at the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand, available on my website, www.themoontree.org. This is for you, Virgo, to go with your reading. And we've got the star, which is your hopes, wishes, dreams, aspirations for the future. And that's a lot about the Mars in your 11th house of the future, too. This is very cool. Let's look at what I wrote for number 16, the star, wishes, aspirations, hopes and dreams, faith, trust, desires, spirituality, recognition, reputation. And frankincense and grapefruit can be essential oils that can stimulate this star card because it's ruled by Jupiter, the good fortune and expansion planet. And it is ruled by the playing card, the Six of Hearts. Six, trying to find balance in your affairs of the heart, your friendships, your relationships, and things that you love, and try to find balance there. So your affirmation, Virgo, is I receive multitudes of energy from the countless stars. Come see me for a reading, Virgo. Libra rising, those with their moons in Libra. Okay, this eclipse means a new dream is forming for you, Libra. And Mars says, what are you going to do with your career? Okay, Libra, this eclipse happened in your 11th house of the dreams, the goals, the friendships, and your future. And so you might suddenly have a bigger vision for your life now, Libra. Something you want to accomplish. Something new could enter your world. Your community that you live in could change. And Mars has moved right to the top of your chart, your 10th house of career, fame, direction. And so this is incredibly action oriented, Libra. So this dream requires you to do something professionally. Apply, launch, ask, become visible, change direction. Your decision is what career move gets me closer to the future that I want. Take one step, Libra. Let's pull a card from you from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand, available on my website, www.themoontree.org. What career move, Libra, can get you closer to the future that you actually want? Now, there is communication card with the birds, right? Communication is key. And so you are an air sign, by the way, and air has ideas, talking, communication. This can also mean that sometimes you're feeling a little overwhelmed with paperwork or just a lot of multitasking, lots of tasks sometimes when this card pops up. But the career move that gets you closer to the future goal you want is to do the paperwork, apply, do the writing, apply for that job, launch that new thing, become visible, working with social media, working with Facebook ads, all that kind of stuff, right? The communication vibe of the birds. Let's see what I wrote for number 12. Verbal exchanges, sales, phone calls, meetings, negotiations. Could talk about your siblings as well, being a part of this as well with the birds, siblings. Social media, and lawyers too. Stuff about lawyers. So frankincense and geranium are very good essential oils for you, Libra, and your zodiac thing. It's ruled by Mercury, communications planet. So your vocal cords and the throat, right? That light blue throat chakra could be, put a little peppermint on there once in a while and get that conversation flowing and those talks flowing and those negotiations flowing and those phone calls. Make those phone calls, okay, Libra? Your affirmation is I express myself freely and I actively listen to others. Okay, Libra, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Come see me for a reading where we go deeper into your cards and stars. Scorpio rising, those with their moons in Scorpio. This solar eclipse says that your career is entering a new chapter. And the Mars says, are you willing to take the chance? So, Scorpio, the eclipse happened at the top of your chart on the 10th house of the career, the reputation, your direction in life. And so, something about where you're going professionally might be changing. Maybe you want to be known now for something different, Scorpio. Maybe an opportunity appears. Maybe you've realized you've outgrown something. And Mars moving through your 9th house, which is a good luck house. I like the house of the 9th house. Read more about it. But Mars moving through your 9th house of travel, education, publishing, teaching, expanding your world, Scorpio. This is exciting. Your next chapter, especially when it comes to career, may require you to stretch out a little more. Learn something, teach something, travel, take a risk. Your decision is, where has playing it safe started keeping me small? Let's pull a card for you from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. Okay, Scorpio, these are our cards available on my website, www.themoontree.org, if you're interested. The Keys Solutions. I love this card for you. It's a happy yes card. It's literally a yes card. You've got the keys to your future. Your career's entering a new chapter, and it's time to take that chance and expand the key, right? Number 33, a very powerful number in numerology, right? The master teacher, the master. So let's look at what I wrote for the Keys Solutions in the book. Number 33. So the book does come with color and a bunch of stuff to add on to this Lenormand card. So this is about resolutions, that aha moment, the solutions, the key, the yes, ideas, and destiny. And so sometimes this can mean actual keys to something as well. I would get out your Herkimer diamond and your amazonite, as well as your lapis lazuli if you like gemstones, and get out your rosemary and frankincense for essential oils to really capture the essence of the key, the solutions, the answers. This is your north lunar node, your destiny. That's in astrology, the north node runs this card, your destiny, your forward movement. And the sun also runs this card, which is all about solutions and success. Pineal gland, the amygdala, the soul. That's what's going on here. It's a very karmic card too. It's very special. That's why it's run by number 33. Look up 33 in numerology. This is the 8 of diamonds, having power in your self-worth, your abundance, and moving forward. And your affirmation, Scorpio, is I am enough and I love myself. Come see me for a reading, Scorpio, and we could dive deeper into your cards and stars for your next direction. Sagittarius rising, and those with their moons in Sag. The eclipse is saying your world wants to get bigger. But Mars in Cancer asks, what do you need to untangle first? Sagittarius, the eclipse happened in your 9th house. This is your natural territory because Sag runs the 9th house and Jupiter. Anyways, this is all about travel and learning and teaching and adventure and beliefs and seeing what's possible. It's very open your horizons type of vibe, right? And the eclipse is making changes there. Something maybe calling you towards a bigger life. But Mars moved into your 8th house. So before you jump, there's probably something you need to deal with. Your debt, shared finances, money agreements, an emotional attachment, a complicated relationship, or something you're deeply tied to, okay? So your decision is, what do I need to untangle so that I can move forward in this 9th house expansion? Don't keep investing in something just because you've already invested a lot, right? Now, let's pull a card for you, Sag, from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. These cards are art cards available on my website, www.themoontree.org. Okay, Sag, let's see for you. Phoenix rising. Oh my gosh. This is one of our bonus cards. This actually, oh, and listen to the crows or the ravens or whatever they are. But anyways, oh my gosh, Phoenix rising out of the depths into a bigger life, right? And just it came out of the eighth house though. It came out of the depths of the eighth house where we still have to entangle something. We still have to deal with something in order to be able to fully spread our wings and fly in the ninth house, right? And again, that can be debt, your shared finances, anything like that, emotional attachments maybe, or a complicated relationship. But you'll know what it is. Okay, Sagittarius, what do I need to untangle from the eighth house, Phoenix rising, in order for me to move forward? All right, come see me for a reading and I can help you with that. All right, Capricorn rising, those with their moons in Capricorn, this eclipse that we just had on August 12th, solar eclipse, says something is changing around your intimacy, oink oink, and your trust. And then the Mars part of it asks, who are you choosing? So Capricorn, the eclipse happened in your eighth house. This is very transforming. It's deep. It's about trust. It's about intimacy. It's about your shared money. It's about your husband or wife, joint finance, joint stuff, right? Emotional bonds. And so there are things here in the eighth house that are sometimes uncomfortable to talk about. But something might be changing underneath the surface. And Mars moving directly into your seventh house of relationships. Hello. This could absolutely be a relationship decision. Stay, leave, commit, have that conversation, set a boundary. Your question isn't, do they choose me? Your decision is, do I choose this? That's completely different, right? Let's pull a card or two from the Power of Eight chakra, Lenormand. And speaking of Capricorn, here's me in Aquarius, and here's Michelle, the illustrator of the deck, and she's a Capricorn. So this reading is for Michelle too, Capricorn. Okay, Michelle, let's say some of the beautiful art you made for our cards. This is for Capricorn rising, and moons in Cap. The woman reaching for the stars, reaching for the new life, and reaching for everything womanly and feminine as well. So this is all about you, Capricorn. Do you stay? Do you leave? Do you commit? Do you have that conversation? Do you set the boundary? And remember, again, the question isn't, do they choose me? Your question, your decision is, do I choose this? Come see me for a reading, Capricorn. I would love to help you out, and let's dive deeper into your cards and stars. Aquarius rising, and those with their suns in Aquarius, like me. I'm an Aquarius, born under the sun in Aquarius on January 22nd. In any case, the eclipse is asking us to look at our relationships. Our relationships are changing. And Mars in Cancer says, what needs to change in our everyday life? So, Aquarius, the Leo eclipse happened straight across from you, directly across from you in your seventh house of relationships. So, a new relationship chapter might be beginning. For some, that could mean meeting someone. It can mean relationship changes. It deepens, maybe, or it ends. I mean, it could be anything that has to do with these really deep relationships. And maybe the relationship needs new rules. Okay. And Mars is moving through your sixth house of everyday life. So here's the practical question of the sixth house. Does this relationship actually work in my real life? Not the fantasy life. It's your Tuesday morning life. Okay. Does it fit? And outside relationships, outside of all that, well, Mars might be asking you to change your job or your schedule or your workload or your daily habits, by the way. So your decision with that Mars and Cancer is, what needs to change in my everyday life so that there's room for what comes next? Let's pull a card from the Power of Eight chakra, Lenormand. These are our cards available on my website, www.moontree.org, if you're interested. Okay, Aquarius. Ooh, we've got Power, the bear. Wow, the bear. Okay, what needs to change in my everyday life so that there's room for more abundance and for what comes next? And remember, it has quite a bit to do with your relationships, and it has quite a to do with your everyday life and your job, your schedule, your workload, things like that. So let's look what I wrote about the bear, and that's number 15. And remember, 1 plus 5 equals 6, and 6 seeks balance after the 5. Chaotic 5, middle of the movie. Well, 6 is starting to try to seek balance and harmony as we move towards the end of the movie, which is the 9. Okay, so 6 is finding harmony with the power, with the, things having to do with the bear. Let's look. Strength, financial investments, diet, and nutrition. So I could say that one thing to help your relationships and for making room for what comes next is to really focus too on your nutrition, what's going in your mouth. Could be about muscle training too, to give you some more power, right? And I'm not talking about let's make some big bicep muscles. I'm saying, as we get older, our muscle, the way we make muscle slows down, everything slows down. And for our bones to be healthy, we need good muscles, inside there. So that's something the bear works at too, is the muscle training, the diet, the nutrition, what's going in our mouth. And so that's something to talk about, or to think about. If you like gemstones, Shanghai is a really good one to have, and rose quartz and emerald. Those look good. And if you like essential oils, try some black peppercorn if you can find it. But you'll probably be able to more readily find lavender. Lavender essential oil is good for this card too. And cardamom. The zodiac sign that runs the bear is Taurus, which is an earth element, stable, right? Jupiter runs this card, which is expansion. And Venus is the things we value, which also runs this card too. And so affirmation is I am a powerful force and I create my own security. Okay, Aquarius, I hope that helps. Come see me for a reading where we could dive deeper into your cards and stars. Pisces rising, those with their moons in Pisces. The eclipse is saying your everyday life is changing. And boy, those birds out there, the crows or the ravens or whatever they are, they are loud today and they have a lot to say. There's a lot of conversation going. So, Pisces, your everyday life is changing, and Mars is saying what would make you happy. Okay, Pisces? The eclipse happened in your 6th house of your day-to-day life, your work as well, your habits, your everyday routines, right? And something about your daily life might need a fresh start. Maybe it's your work, your schedule, your responsibilities, your habits. But Mars has moved into your 5th house of fun, creativity, and children. There's romance there too. Pleasure, joy, and children and creativity, things that you actually enjoy. And so I love this combination for you because maybe your new routine needs to include something we've forgotten to schedule. Joy. Okay, Pisces. So your decision is, what do I want? Simply because it makes me happy. Not because it's useful, not because someone needs you, not because you're supposed to, okay, Pisces, it's because you want it. Let's pull a card, Pisces, to finalize your reading from the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand, available on my website, www.themoontree.org. All right, Pisces. Oh, you've got some options here. You've got some options to make about decisions that make you happy. This is not to just be one thing. So there is a lot of potential for you here. Okay. Let's look at what I wrote. Number 22, the crossroad. For you, Pisces. This could be a life crisis coming or a difficult choice for you, but it can also talk about diversification and multiple things and new alternatives for you. And so I would get out the rose quartz and the moonstone and the fluorite to help you. And I'd also get out your frankincense and lavender and your petit grain essential oils to help with these, to make the best decisions, but to also feel comfortable in your new path. And remember, that path should include a lot of joy now, okay? A lot of happiness. And so Uranus is bringing you a new opportunity, though, where I think you might make a choice, and it does have to do with work. Okay, Pisces, there's something to do with your work or business that's coming your way. New opportunity there. And remember, this card's run by the Queen of Diamonds, being a queen of your diamonds, of your abundance, of your stuff. And, you know, a diamonds are a girl's best friend, too. So Queen of Diamonds runs this card as well. So enjoying your stuff, enjoying your resources, enjoying your time, and all that, right? If it's not fun, it's not worth it. And your affirmation is, I trust myself to choose the right path. Come see me for a reading, Pisces, and we could dive deeper into your cards and stars. All right, in closing, here's how I want you to think about these two events together. The Leo eclipse, the Leo solar eclipse says, here's where a new chapter wants to begin. And Mars in Cancer says, now make a decision that protects that new chapter. That's the piece I think is really important, because Mars is in Cancer isn't about necessarily making the boldest, biggest decision. It's about making a decision that feels emotionally right to you. The decision that protects your peace, your family, your heart, your security, your future. But don't confuse reacting with deciding. If you're furious today, you don't need to make a life-changing decision tonight, okay? Ask yourself, is this just how I feel today? Or have my feelings been trying to tell me this for months? Sometimes your emotions aren't getting in the way of your decision. They're giving you information, okay? The Leo eclipse is showing you where life wants to grow. Okay? And the Mars in Cancer is asking us to care enough about that new life to actually do something. Don't forget, Mars likes action. And so ask yourself, what is my next move? And if you're at a crossroads, which we did get the crossroad card for some people today, didn't we? So if you are at a crossroad and you can't figure that out, what is your next move? Well, that's the work that I love doing. I use astrology, cards, and intuition to help you see the bigger picture, understand your choices, and figure out what feels right for you.